Hey there viewers, it's Charlie on back again with another Transformers review. And today, well, I'm going to be taking a break from the Energon reviews for just one day, and I'm going to be reviewing a smaller figure. This is Power Core Combiner's Icepick. Now, you probably don't know what Power Core Combiners is, and if you do, good going. But Power Core Combiners was released in around 2010, so like 10 years ago, as of the time of this recording. And pretty much it was just Hasbro trying to do combiners again. Pretty much like what they were Scout class figures that either came with a mini-con or 5 little vehicle drones. Like they all had robot modes, torso modes, and vehicle modes. And with the torso modes, they had these little blue pegs they can stick the little vehicle drones into, and they transform into limbs by automorphing. So yeah, most of the combiners left a lot to be desired. Stakeout, for example. But there were some really good figures. For example, Huffer. I used to have Huffer, but his arm broke off, so. And I was close to getting Crankcase and the Destrons, but before I had a chance to buy it online, someone else already did. So, if you're watching this, thanks a lot, you jackass. But for now, here we have Icepick, one of the scouts that came with a mini-con. And of course, I don't have it. Just like with Armada Smokescreen and Skywarp, I don't have the mini-con. Well, unlike those two, the mini-cons didn't really do anything. There were no flip-out gimmicks, there were no hidden weapons. The mini-cons just attached on as little weapons, and that's it, so. But normally, this guy's supposed to come with a character named Chainclaw. So yeah, Power Core Combiners is all about reusing names, just like in Armada. Although, the names that they reused were quite obscure. I mean, Chainclaw was supposed to be a Pretender. There was Heavy Tread, who was a Micromaster in G1. There was Stakeout, who was also a Micromaster. Bomb Shock, once again a Micromaster. And, well, Icepick actually got his name from a Pretender. One of the Pretender monsters who formed Monstructor. So that's where Icepick gets his name. And honestly, I think this guy is way cooler than G1 Icepick. Because, well, as we can see, he's a Mr. Plow. I mean, this guy looks like something Homer would drive in that Mr. Plow episode of The Simpsons. I mean, it's a half-track, similar to Snowcat from Energon. Had these little rippers in the back. The top with the mini-con port. The underneath, which actually doesn't have any robot shite underneath, which is amazing. And the actual plow, which, yeah, I mean, it could be better, honestly. I mean, I know it's supposed to be for plowing snow, but we can see these little pegs there, and you'll see what they're for in robot mode. Now, if I did have Energon Snowcat, I would do a comparison, but yeah, at the time of recording, I currently don't. So, that's pretty much it. So, let's get this guy transformed. To start, take the little rippers and move, we'll get them up and out the way. Take this part, untab it like you do with every other Transformer. Move that down, and then just tab it into there. Take the treads, split them, and turn them around. Try and get your finger in there and fold down the feet. Sometimes easier said than done. There we go. And just move down the little side skirts. Next, come in here, split this, and then move them down, and with these bits, do what you want with them. I mean, you can leave them out, put them up, but I prefer to just move them down so it looks, that's how I feel it looks best. And that's pretty much Icepick in robot mode. So, yeah. Not really much to say. I mean, he's got really long arms, so... So, coming in for the 360. The badge just reveals his combiner head, which is hilarious. And speaking of heads, let's have a look at the actual head. I'm not going to lift my camera because this guy's smaller than the other guys I've been reviewing recently. As you can see, it kind of looks like he's got his cheeks puffed out. He looks a bit, well, his head looks a bit chubby. Because his mouth's in an H shape, which, as I said, makes it look like he's got his cheeks puffed out. So yeah, that's actually quite funny. And he's got these little antennas, and that's pretty much it for the head. Now, coming in for this guy's articulation, head can move, although it's quite tight. Arms can move up like so. Thanks to the transformation, he's able to T-pose. If you move the pegs out the way. Once again, as for transformation, these can move. Although not 360, sadly. Or at least not easily, if you can do it. Nothing at the waist, sadly. Legs can move up, can move back that far. So just like with Shock Blast, my previous review, you can do a Mario jump if you want to. He's got knees. And, well, he's able to do the splits. As pretty much every other figure I review can do. Well, that's pretty much it for the robot mode, but if you remember, this is Power Core Combiners. So he also has a torso mode for combining with the drones. To get him into that, move that down. Flip out the combiner head, which is actually a bit spiky. Move out these bits. Now this bit, I don't really know what you're supposed to do. I've seen people do it like this, where the claws are just facing like so. To be honest, I don't really know how this works. So I'm just going by what I remember from other people reviewing this guy. I mean, it is personal preference, so hang on. So this might be wrong, but I don't really know how you're actually supposed to do it. Come in here, lift up the side skirts, and move these out fully. Move these like so, and then just move them down. Then come back here and try and flip out the combiner pegs, which, once again, just like the feet, it's easier said than done. And you could possibly break your nail doing this, so be cautious. But this is pretty much Icepick in his combined mode, or well, his torso mode. If I had actual Power Core Combiner drones out, I would show him combined with them, but currently I don't. But if I ever do get Power Core Combiner drones, I'll do a video showing him combined with them. So normally the drones would go in here and automorph into legs and arms. So as you can see, well, it's quite wide, isn't he? I mean, like, the hips are a bit weird. I mean, they're just all spread out, so it looks like he can attach onto a huge cube, like he can sit on a Minecraft block, it looks like. Coming around to the back, we can see the standard robot head. And if we have a look at this guy's head, well, we can see it's pretty spiky. It's got a lot of light piping, which is amazing. And, well, the head actually reminds me of Rick from Rick and Morty with the blue spikes looking like blue hair. Like, that's just reminding me of Rick. Except this guy's not a crazy alcoholic scientist who belches a lot when he speaks. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the torso mode. So I can just... So, that's pretty much it for my review on Icepick. So, do I recommend him? Well, yeah. I mean, even if you don't have Power Core Combiner drones, this guy is still quite cool on a shelf. I mean, his arms are quite long, sure, but this guy looks pretty cool, as I said, and, well, who doesn't like Decepticon snowplows? I mean, this guy and Snowcat. But yeah, I recommend this guy as he's pretty fun to fiddle with. So, that has been my review on Power Core Combiner's Icepick, and this is Charlie Young, signing off.